Hi students. uh, in this video, we will see what are the advantages of objectives. So we are in 18 CS 51 management entrepreneurship for IT industry, first module. So this is the topic of advantages of objectives. So what are the advantages of objectives? So in the previous video, we have learned that what are the objectives and how to prioritize the objectives. Okay, so everything we have learned. So in this video, the advantages. So it provides basis for planning. So whatever we are planning for something in the organization for the future purpose, then the objectives will provide some basis for the planning. It act as motivator. The objectives act as motivator because based on objectives we will work and we will achieve the objectives. It eliminate whatever the confusion will be there, it will eliminate, and it facilitate coordinated behavior. So based on objectives, all the department people will coordinate each other and they will try to complete the task within particular time period. Next, basis for managerial control. So it is a very good basis. The objectives are very good basis for the controlling in the managerial level. So if the managers wants to control anything, so they can control through this based on objectives. And it facilitates better management. So this objectives facilitates better management because they will the top level management will decide the objectives and they will give, and the lower level management will work based on the objectives to achieve these particular objectives as output. And lesson misunderstanding and conflict. Whatever the misunderstanding and conflicts will be there between the people, these objectives will give clear picture and they will understand easily, and they will reduce the misunderstanding and conflicts. And it provide legitimacy. So whatever the legitimacy will be there, okay, it provide that particular thing. Okay, next, after objectives, there are strategies. So a strategy is a plan. So it is also like a plan which considers environmental opportunities and threats and the organizational strengths and weaknesses, and provides an optimal match between the firm and external environment. So whatever the firm is there, that is the company, organization, with that the external environment, maybe the different type of external environment will be there, that is political, that is the different type of people, society, entire society. So everything will be there. So a strategy is a plan which considers environmental opportunities, whatever the environmental opportunities are there, and opportunities and threats are there, for that the organizational strengths and weakness, and provides an optimal match between the organization and the external environment. Two activities involved in formulation are environmental appraisal, corporate appraisal. So two different type of activities will be there, that is environmental appraisal and corporate appraisal in the strategies. So what is environmental appraisal? So there will be different type of environmental appraisals will be there based on political and legal factors, economic factors, competitive factors, and social and cultural factors. What is political and legal factors? So the political and legal factors is nothing but the stability of government, whatever the government will be there, because the political thing, it is not inside the organization. If politically a party is taking any decision about the product, for example, they told that the government around 5 years 10 years back, they told that they are going to ban plastic covers. A plastic manufacturing company cannot affect this particular thing because the political parties are, the government is affecting this, government is taking that particular decision, in that this plastic manufacturing company or polymer company will affect that particular decision taking by the government. So political and legal factors, stability of government, taxation and license laws, fiscal policies, restrictions on capital, etc. will come under this political and legal factors. So if the government is increasing the tax, the organization cannot do anything because the organization has to pay according to the government instruction. So all these things like licensing laws, fiscal policies, restrictions on capitals, everything will come under the outside the organization. So environmental appraisal, the political and legal factors will affect badly. And economic factors like economic development, distribution of personal income, trend in prices, exchange rates, everything. when you are producing a particular product, if the price is suddenly it is coming down, if you are not ready to come down, then the people cannot buy your product. Okay, people who cannot buy your product. According to the market, even you have to reduce the product or increase the price of the product, then automatically the customers will show interest to buy your product. Next, competitive factors: identifying principal competitors and analysis of the performance, anti-monopoly laws, protection of patents, brand names, etc. All these things will come under competitive factors. So whatever the factors will be there, like anti-monopoly laws, protection of patents, performance, like analysis of the performance, brand names, everything will come under this particular competitive factors. And social and cultural factors like literacy, religious, okay, urbanization, characteristics, etc. will come under this social and cultural factors. Next, after environmental, next corporate appraisal. So corporate appraisal involves identifying and analyzing company's strength and weakness. For example, a company's strength may be low cost manufacturing skill, excellent product design, efficient distribution, etc. But the weakness may be lack of physical and financial resources. So they should identify corporate appraisal. They should identify that what is our strength, what is our organization strength, and what is our weakness. As in this example, they are giving clearly that maybe a company is having a very good product design. Everybody will accept the particular design. Very good manufacturing skills are there. Next, very good planning for the distribution of the product to the various people, like that. Everything is there. But the problem is they are not having the people to work inside the organization, or they are not having proper financial resource. Like nobody is ready to invest into that particular organization. So that is the weakness. So their strength and weakness they have to identify in the corporate appraisal. A company must plan to exploit the strength to maximum and circumvent in the weakness. So whatever the strength is there, they have to give that particular strength maximum, and whatever the weakness is there, they have to identify and they have to solve that particular weakness. Next, policies. A policy is a general guideline for decision making. So as you know very well that insurance policy you might heard, right? So like that there will be policies. There are so many policies will be there for every organization. So a policy is a general guideline. They will frame their policies, that is a guidelines for the decision making. So policy is a verbal, written or implied overall guide setting up boundaries that supply the general limits and directions in which managerial action will take place. As I told to you, it may be verbal policy, or I mean it means that a small company may not follow the writing or something only. So what they do is generally the higher authority, that is the top level management, will orally give, that is verbal, orally give the instructions about their policies, everything, and the other people will follow. But the big organizations and all, they will follow, they will written, everything will be document. So they will write policies, everything, and they will frame everywhere. So they have to follow that particular policy. So example, advertisement policy to avoid cutthroat competition with its rivals. So advertisement policy is one of the policy. A recruitment policy, it means that maybe the policy is the people who are having 60% in their degree. It may be a policy of the organization. So they cannot cross that particular policy. Then before doing the interview, then what they do is they collect the information from the candidate and they follow that particular thing. So select the best possible candidate to vacancies. So whatever the vacancies are arising in the organization, they have to select the best people, best candidates for the vacancies. That is the recruitment policy. So there are different type of policies will be there. So what are the type of policies? Policies here they are giving that on the basis of source, function, organization. Source, they are giving that originated, appealed, implied. At the same time, on the basis of function, they are giving production, sales, personnel, and pricing. On the basis of organization, they are giving company, departmental, sectional. So these are the different types of policies, like originated, appealed, implied, production, sales, personnel, pricing, company, departmental, sectional. So these are the different types of policies. Okay, thank you dear students.